Welcome to the show. I am here in Forza Horizon 2 with some of the new cars that just came out in the recent DLC. I'm going to start today with the Chevrolet Monte Carlo because why not? I thought I'd give this car a go. Also, it looks cool in a NASCAR livery. I didn't paint this. I got it off the storefronty place. I'm terrible at painting. So yeah, I've got this car and it has been built up. And as far as engines go, it is not a massively exciting one. In this car, I say that we are of course using the 6.2 litre V8. The 7 litre, I think it's a Hemi V8, doesn't. I think it's just over 800 horsepower. It's nowhere near as powerful as this one, so I tend to just stick with using this engine. Means we've got 928 horsepower, 826 torques. It's not the most powerful engine that I can use on Horizon 2 in any car, but it's still a fair amount of power in this car. There isn't a huge amount of interesting parts for this vehicle, if you like. The wing is all very sensible, which is slightly disappointing. I'll be honest, they've got the huge back end of this car, and we've got a sensible wing or no. There's no silly option for wing on the back of this vehicle, which is always a little bit sad. And as far as the bonnets go, they've got these two that seem to be sort of the traditional muscle car, kind of muscle car, American car bonnets, I should probably say. Yeah, and I prefer this one. I don't really like that one. So, yeah, we've got that's other than that, I mean, tyres, we haven't got big tyres on this car, which is a very good thing. We've got some of the biggest tyres that you can get, 345s on the back. That's pretty sizable. It's bigger than the Maserati we had last time out. So we should have some decent traction. Okay, this is a little bit of an older car, not going to quite have such a good chassis, but we do have some big old tyres, which is going to come in handy. Also, this car is fairly light. I say fairly light. It's not the lightest we've had, but it is under £3,000, which is always good. It's still heavy enough not to become horribly twitchy, but it should have some decent acceleration and so on, being a fairly light vehicle. And of course, the braking should be pretty good. What are the statistics on it seem decent. It should get stopped pretty quick, especially considering the size of the damn tyres we've got on this vehicle. So yeah, time to go and give it a drive around our testing track. Should get out of here. I think this could be fairly quick. It's not going to beat I'd be very surprised if it beat the Maserati. It's not got the power, and I don't think it's quite got the grip. I don't think it's quite going to be as quick. It's not got as good a chassis as the Maserati, but I would not be surprised to see it go quicker than the Noble. I certainly think that is possible if we go into... There we go. You are going to let me go to the rivals race. Yeah. For these silly car builds, I have 6 laps around this Citadel circuit to try and beat a Noble M600's time at 56.414. And I think we could see the Chevy go faster. I think it stands a chance. I don't think it's going to be... Oopsie, missed the camera. There we go. I don't think it's going to be too horrendous to try and drive. I think it might actually not be. Ooh, we've got a lot of understeer. That's not what I expected from this car. Huge amounts of understeer through. Okay, now with that's not what I expected at all from the Chevy. This has got loads of understeer. What's going on? We're in a 900 horsepower car that's got very little oversteer and an awful lot of understeer. This is surprising. This is not what I expected. I mean, that second gear flat out of that corner, and it just grips and launches. That's really impressive in this car. That's really very, very impressive. To have, I'm used to. Okay, I mean, this isn't quite as powerful as the Maserati and so on, and not as powerful as some of the vehicles that I've had around here. But I'm used to cars, even with this engine, they're normally sitting there and they're spinning their wheels up and they're sliding through the corners. Loads of cars I've run with this engine, but this even up the hill, we are just going sideways as we come up the hill. But even then, it's not. Ooh, nearly overshot that corner. And again, we're okay. I can gather it all in. This is remarkable. This is probably the ooh, okay. We just I don't really like these hairpins particularly. This is quite impressive. This is in fact very impressive from the from the Monte Carlo. This is the easiest car I think I've had to drive. It is literally, you are just flat out of all of these corners. It's fine. It's okay over that bump. The only slight problem we have is understeer. Understeer in a 900 horsepower car is not normal. I can get it sliding, but we're missing that corner. Yeah, if I try, I can sort of make it slide a little bit up the hill, but I'm completely lost for words in this car. It's remarkable how good this vehicle is. Again, I can, if you really throw it around, it will sort of slide, but up until then, it's just great. There we go, second gear out of that corner, and it's not really wheel spinning at all. That's not what I expected. That is not at all what I expected from this car. It's already gone a second quicker than the Noble. We're in the 55s already. It's not got the acceleration. It's not got that straight line speed, that punch out of the corners. So we got very wrong through there. To go quicker than the Maserati. While this is a much easier car to drive. Woo, oopsie. Okay, there's a bump out there that I don't normally find. Yeah, it's not got that power. It's not got that launch out of the corners. It just can't go as quick as the Maserati. I mean, we're down sort of 200 horsepower on the V12 engine cars, but it's remarkably nice to drive this thing. I'm really I'm used to fighting cars around here, not have ones that drive this nicely. Certainly, oh, we've missed that corner completely. God dear, that corner is absolutely horrible if you get it wrong and you've got a slightly understeery car. And this is also the first vehicle that's had absolutely no issues with that bump area around the final corner. It's absolutely fine. I can just chuck it through there. Again, I could carry more. I would like to try and carry more speed through there. Ooh, we shot it again. We've just got a little bit too much understeer. They're going up the hill, trying to get on the power. I can be far greedier on the throttle there than I can in any other vehicle. I get easy flat out through there. It just doesn't quite have. Oh dear, missed that corner slightly. Yeah, it's just lacking that little bit of speed that some of the other cars have, and we're not going to get into the target lap going on in front of me, a 53.6. We're not going to quite do that, and also that's, I would imagine, four-wheel drive, which is certainly advantageous in some respects. Around this course, you want to have the drive out of the corner. Yeah, that bump just doesn't affect this car in any way. It's just complete. That's incredible. I don't know why it doesn't affect this vehicle. Oh, we've got a big twitch halfway through that corner. I balls it up there. We're not going to go any quicker. Yeah, that bump on the final corner throws every single car I've driven. It throws it around no end, and this just doesn't pay any attention to it. That's remarkable. It really is quite impressive. Kind of sliding it. Oh dear, it doesn't really like it. I don't think I've ever driven a car that's disliked. Oh, we've gone really quite badly wrong there. He just doesn't really like sliding around. I like this car. This is very good. I can't explain why on earth this car should be. Oh, look at that. It's terrible. Understeer. If you get that corner wrong in this vehicle, you are in so much trouble. I mean, it's bad normally, but in this, we kind of got it on two wheels briefly. Yeah, this is a remarkably good car. It really is. That's quite impressive. That's not at all what I expected. Not from the looks of it. Why on earth would this be one of the best handling cars I've ever built for this? I have no idea. But it is. It goes a second quicker than the Noble. It doesn't quite have the power to contest with the likes of the Maserati and the Lamborghini Urus, but that is still a mighty impressive time for the Monte Carlo. Well, time to see how quick it does go in a straight line. As I said, not got the power. It is not the most aerodynamical of shapes, this vehicle, but it's not the worst we've had. So I would reckon we will probably get up to perhaps the 220, 230 mile an hour mark. I don't think we'll get much more. Yeah, we're not going to go too much quicker than that. However, I do have a suspicion that this will probably be very easy and quite undramatic of a speed run. This was incredibly planted all the way around that course, and dumping off the aero is probably not going to... If the car's got that much grip around that track, taking the aero off is probably not going to make a huge amount of difference. Oopsie, we're going to go... Yes, we're going to go there. I think this will be pretty damn easy to drive on the speed run. I mean, the bumps just weren't throwing... When I was attacking that bump, every other car I've driven has been having problems, and this vehicle's fine with it. So the bumps on the speed run, I don't think are going to have a problem. I really do think that this is going to be... now I've said that this is going to be straightforward, this is when the car suddenly becomes terrible and will try and kill me, but I don't think it will. I think we will probably be fairly okay on this run. What do we reckon? Speed-wise, 220 miles an hour. Can we get any more? Probably not much, if we can. Yeah, 220. We may get a little bit more when we run down the hill. Right, spin the car around. Sorry, we've stalled it slightly. Right, there we go. Let's see if we get there we go. Much better camera angle. Right, and fire off down the motorway. Here we go. Yeah, I think this might be quite undramatic. Well, as undramatic as 220 miles an hour can be on a motorway, because I mean we just got so much grip. The understeer could be a slight problem through a few of the faster corners. We'll have to see how it goes, but at least it won't be the back end that gives out. There we go, 187. That is amazing grip in this car. They're absolutely flat out through that corner, and we have grip. We have so much grip. Again, flat out through that next corner. Okay, it's not as quick as some cars, 200 miles an hour through there, but the back end is refusing to let go, which is always nice. It's sort of a safe car to drive in many respects, which is good when we're doing this sort of thing. Again, we are... if there wasn't traffic, I definitely could take that corner flat out. Ooh! That was a big bump. Okay, that's not a good place. Even this car can't deal with that particular bump. To be fair, I've never hit it with anything else, so I will let it off, that one. Now, how fast dare we go through it? This is a nasty corner, this one, especially with traffic right where I want to be. God damn it, Kia. Yeah, again, we do have a small understeer, so I'm not going to attack that. Oh, I couldn't have attacked that corner as hard as I would have liked, but the Kia and just the place I want to put the car is always a bit of a problem. Right, now we're getting back up towards the 200 mile an hour mark. Yeah, this has got incredible. Even at these high speeds, we've still got stacks and stacks of grip. It never feels like I'm about to lose control of the car. Okay, yes, you can get caught out. What on earth is that driver type doing over there? Whoopsie. I may have slightly misjudged that bit. I'm wondering what I think it was a Ferrari was doing something silly. Yeah, I at no point am I ever afraid I'm going to suddenly lose control of this car around one of these corners. Okay, yes, you can still make mistakes and end up in the back of something, but it's not going to be because the car's just suddenly ran out of grip and started sliding all over the place. Right, coming down the hill, we're up to 215 miles an hour. Can we get any more out of this vehicle? Can we get it past the 220 mark on the downhill section? Looks like we might be able to, through the gap. Yeah, the change of direction is really nice as well, if it needed to change direction quickly. And come on, 220 miles an hour. There we go. Any more? 21, maybe 22 out of it. Hey, 222 miles an hour in this car. This is probably one of the biggest surprises I've had. And we are flat out through that corner. The back end did not let go. That is incredible. 220 miles an hour through that, and it's absolutely fine. It is a remarkable vehicle. It's probably the biggest surprise since the Chevrolet Impala from Forza 5 that turned out to be pretty good. This is just an incredibly easy vehicle to drive. There is just endless grip in it. Yeah, that's not what I thought at all would happen. I thought this was going to be pretty difficult to drive, but apparently not. This is really quite a good vehicle. Well, there we go. That is it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, a goodbye.